This woman's stomach only hurt a little, but the next second, a 6-ton car was being dragged over. Her companions were left in shock, speechless.
Sorry, baby's just kicking.
It turns out, Polaris has the power to control magnetic fields. A simple baby kick can cause such a disturbance. If it's time for labor, the consequences would be unimaginable. To avoid any accidents, her companions rented a military base for her. The walls here are 60 meters thick. Not even a nuclear bomb could destroy it. But for Polaris, even that wasn't enough. So, her companions built a special delivery room at the core of the base to isolate all metal objects. However, before everything was fully prepared, Polaris suddenly felt a sharp pain in her stomach.
Get them, Andy. Get them. It's time, the baby's coming. Go.
But the metal objects outside the delivery room hadn't been cleared yet. As Polaris entered, the room immediately became a danger zone. They couldn't waste any time and rushed to get Polaris into the room. The pain of childbirth caused her to scream out loudly. Her unintended release of power not only interfered with the delivery room's electrical system, but also caused a power outage throughout the entire city. With each scream, the metal objects outside seemed to be drawn to her, moving closer to her direction. But Polaris still struggled with labor. Her bones almost felt like they were about to break. Her blood pressure skyrocketed, and her consciousness began to fade. The doctor said she couldn't hold on much longer. They suspected Polaris might have a psychological block, and warned everyone to prepare for the worst. In this critical moment, Reva had the telepathic sisters use their abilities. They invaded Polaris's mind, creating an illusion where mutants and humans could coexist peacefully. It gave Polaris the strength to continue giving birth. Finally, Polaris gathered her strength. With a final, intense scream, the metal structures within a few miles started tilting toward the military base. The destruction grew worse and worse, but in the end, Polaris gave birth successfully. Mother and child were safe. Looking at the tender face in her arms, Polaris sighed in relief, knowing all her effort was worth it. However, as a new mother, she had no idea how to care for her baby. The baby kept crying, and she was at a loss. That's when the telepath saw what was happening and used her powers. Instantly, the baby fell silent, but Polaris didn't know it was the telepath's doing, until one day, she heard the telepath humming a lullaby in the elevator. The song immediately caught Polaris's attention. This was the song she only sang to her child when they were alone. Realizing that her daughter's mind had been invaded by the telepath, Polaris was filled with fury. She used her powers to lift the telepath into the air. She didn't want her daughter growing up under someone else's control. When the elevator doors opened, Polaris quickly slammed them shut, ready to teach the telepath a lesson. Reva quickly used her powers to force the doors open, worried that Polaris might do something rash. But Polaris knew they were all on the same side. She had to find a way to leave with her child as soon as possible.